No. Assalamu alaikum. I greet you all and your excellence, our distinguished audience. First, I have to apologize because I'm going to have to talk fast. My original presentation was 15 minutes. I was asked to speak less, but since my previous speaker had like 13 minutes and 22 seconds, then that's going to be my time, inshallah. Well, this is called innovation. What is innovation? What is the definition of innovation? Innovation is defined as the creation of a new or a better way to do what? Products, processes, ideas, or technology. However, what's the first thing comes to mind when we talk about innovation? What's the first thing? Technology. Today I'm going to prove to you that technology is not the most important part of innovation. It's something else. It's something new, but it's not the what, it's not the process, not the ideas. It is the who, the missing factor. That is the human being. In the last 100 years, humanity has been trying to find itself by searching outside. We reached the moon, yet we failed to feed the hungry next door. We understood so much about the cosmos, yet we failed to understand the basics of our inner soul. Humanity is lost. Humanity is trying to find its way back. Now, we've gone through civilization, hunters, farmers, industry, information, knowledge. I want to tell you in the next 2 decades, only those who understand this concept, whether they are institutions, organizations, or even countries, are going to excel. And any other institution still remain in the industrial age or information age will fall behind. The emphasis in this new age is the human being, mind, body, heart, and spirit. All of us deal with financial statements, correct? Financial statements, whether in English or Arabic or Chinese or Japanese, they are the same. With all due respect, in financial statements, all of us, with no exception, CEOs, chairmen, are nothing but an expense in the payroll, while the chairs you're sitting on right now are the assets and capital of organizations. Does it make sense to you? It does not make sense to me. How could we, the most sacred thing on earth, becomes an expense, and what we create are the assets and capital? So the new concept is innovation in applying mind, body, heart, and spirit. How can we use a person in a creative way? How do we treat them kindly? How do we pay them fairly? How to have them serve human needs in principled ways? Because if you do that, I assure you, you're going to have people, they will learn, love, live, and hopefully a good number of people will feel that they could fulfill their legacy in life through working in your organization. The minute an individual feels he or she could fulfill their legacy in life through working in your institution, organization, it unleashes a phenomenal potential of energy, far exceeds the increased productivity we have witnessed moving from one civilization to another. And that concept has been old. Avicenna, the law of medicine, at age 16, remained #1 text of medicine in Europe for 700 years. Stephen Covey, and that's what I started in my institution. I founded, which is to pioneer a unique approach of healing the mind, body, and soul by applying the best global healthcare standards and pursuing divine ethics. And that's the paradigm fix and the paradigm shift I'm talking about. How can we be innovative in redefining leadership as a choice, not a position? Serving leader. How can we be innovative in the way we lead? There's only one way to lead. Leading with love. Help a person love himself or herself by giving them all the tools to be successful. Help them love their colleagues by removing all the obstacles. I call it join and conquer. Help them love the mission and vision by giving them a mission. They wake up in the morning, say, I am going to work for a mission of life. If they do love themselves, love their colleagues, love the environment, and love the mission, then and only then they're going to love the leader. And I assure you, without loving the leader, people will never give you that extra 100 miles. How to be innovative in respecting the mind of people. One concept called the principle-centered leadership. This is our executive board meeting. Every decision is done on what we call obligatory consultation. or الشورى الملزمة. I am very proud to tell you I lost my votes many times. But my pride is in reviving what we call the obligatory shura or consultation or democracy. How to become innovative in building trust? Because I truly believe if you build the trust, everything will follow. We'll have more patients, more partners, and more financial growth. I believe when God created the universe, He set one universal order. It's timeless and it's eternal. It has an underlying laws and principles which are common to all divine religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Things as honesty, sincerity, dedication, altruism, fairness, justice. As much as we align our intentions and actions to these underlying laws and principles, there's a built-in reward system for us in this life and the life after. I'm trying to prove it because it's the most destructive concept we have today, and it's prevailing concept that for you to be successful, you have to know how to play the game. You have to be, in the Arabic word, shatir, means the one who knows how to play the game. Because once you lose trust, you lose everything, and the trust is the one thing that changes everything. The body, how to be innovative in creating the body, the environment of everything. Healing by design concept. There are certain things that helps patients heal. Landscape, greenery, natural lighting. How to be innovative in commitment to higher authority. We have done a whole building based on earthquake protection. That was not an obligation at that time, but we told them we answer to a higher authority, that is God. How to be innovative in serving our souls. We have to differentiate between religion and spirituality. Religion is a form, but spirituality is a need. We as healthcare providers should be keen and attentive to fulfill the psychological, emotional, and spiritual needs of our patients. How to be creative in making sure that the best practice of medicine is done. Single occupancy, a right for every patient. One of the initiatives we have pursued. Global standards, how to be creative in setting what we call the quality measures. I'm not talking about policy procedures, because policy and procedures does not mean you have a high quality individual. These are just tools. You could have a JCI with a high score, but unless you have a high quality individual, those tools will mean nothing. You're going to have a high quality paperwork and process and procedures and policies, but the patient will be somewhere else. Although we signed with the first, before we designed our hospital in 2000, and although we got 98.2% of JCI, and although I'm on the subcommittee of the JCI, I want to tell you one thing. When the JCI came, they noticed something very interesting. They say, this place, people are happy. People are happy, enthusiastic, team spirit, and that's what we try to do. How to be innovative in looking into divine ethics. The concept of corporate social responsibility. We only heard about this in the last 2 decades. Where was it before? How come suddenly you have corporate social responsibility? Everybody wants to give away money. Do you know why? Because only in the last 2 decades we became so sophisticated in financial analysis. We discovered something interesting. The more you give your society, the more money you make at the end of the year. And nobody can explain it. But they tapped into what we call the universal order. Do good for societies, and then you have a reward at the end. I believe the most significant corporate social responsibility one would do as an organization is not by dedicating certain amount of money at the end of the year, regardless of how much. It's by abiding with the highest standards and ethics every step of the way. Because the damage you would inflict in society by not abiding with these standards far exceeds any benefit society will gain from whatever amount of money you dedicate at the end of the year. We are living in a world of abundance, not scarcity, but because of our greed and our corruption, we make it scarce. We have to be innovative in the power of giving, power of kindness. We have to be the change we want to see in the world around us. We have set a whole water plant. No sewage comes out, only clear water. To be friendly to the environment. We can set an example of how to take care of gardens, being kind to nature. How to be innovative in spreading the message of healing. I believe each one of us could be a vehicle of healing. We're not talking about cure, we talk about healing. A kind word could be healing. A smile could be healing. وَتَبَسُّمُكَ وَجْهِ أَخِيكَ صَدَقَةٌ وَكُلُّ مَعْرُوفٍ صَدَقَةٌ. So we've done this. We got millions of hits, 6 languages translation of this song, and more than 10,000 letters. People about to commit suicide, they decide not to. People got out of depression. We have to be innovative in the way we redefine competition. Who said it's a pie? That's what I learned in Harvard Business School. It's a pie. I have to fight with you. Who said it's one pie? Who said this pie cannot be two? Thicker, bigger. Who said so? The true competition should be is how do we compete to give back to our societies and show God how good we are. I will compete with you to be more worthy for God to pass his healing power through me by showing how good I am. That's the true competition. We introduced gifts, awards for other hospitals. They told me, what, you're marketing other hospitals? I said, no, we are marketing good behavior, because if they improve in healthcare, that means we have fulfilled our mission and vision, and that is to pioneer a unique approach of healing the mind, body, and soul by applying the best global healthcare standards and pursuing divine ethics. So we got the Ministry of Health, we got the committee from the university, and we started giving the awards. What's the driver? The driver is this. As an engineer, before I became a doctor, I always wondered, how could this big thing move right and left? Must be something big. Absolutely not. It's a small thing called the small rudder that changes the big rudder that turns the ship. That small rudder is no bigger than 5 meters. To me, that is what I call the power of intention. Nobody taught us how to create our intentions. If you have the good intention, believe me, the whole universe will conspire with you. Ask me. Start with why. And if once you do that, everything will go nicely. You go in something called tipping point. It's like a domino effect. You achieve in your life much more than others, and people cannot understand why. How come? Because you have the right intention. And from that point on, everything will follow. It's a consequence. Don't bother. Don't waste time in looking into results, because they will come without any sweat. Only put the right mission, the right vision, and the right intention. Now, I believe that innovation, happiness is not measured with the amount of technology we have. As a matter of fact, technology has nothing to do with happiness. But I assure you one thing, the more innovative we become in fulfilling the needs of us as humans, mind, body, heart, and soul, the more happy we're going to be. Because at the end of the day, all we want to do is the seed. We have the DNA for producing all innovations, discoveries. And if you have a healthy, happy seed, then you're going to have a happy plant and a happy tree and a happy world. Our philosophy is we humans carry the DNA of all new inventions, discoveries, and technologies. If we succeed in bringing the best of us, better people will lead better lives, living in a better world. And that is the IMC way. Thank you.